All right, joining us now, a preview of Tuesday's important election, 6 days away. U.S. Senate candidate from the great state of Arizona, Congresswoman McSally. U.S. Senate candidate from Michigan, John James, is back with us. U.S. Senate candidate from Tennessee, Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn. Good to see you all. Martha, I'm looking at your race, and then one poll has you tied, and one poll has you up. And I'm thinking, how is it possible that a woman that says Arizona's the meth lab of democracy, and says people in Arizona are crazy, invites the blind sheikh's lawyer, the radical lawyer, to speak at Arizona State University, and says that it's okay for Americans to join the Taliban, while you have served 28 years, 6 tours of duty, while she was out organizing protesters, and I'm not making it up, with witches. How is this even a race with the people of Arizona?
Well, Sean, it is unbelievable, and this just goes to show you that she's Chuck Schumer's top recruit, and with a lot of money, with TV ads, millions and millions of dollars, she's been able to fool a lot of people. They're not aware of those things unless they're watching your show, which I'm grateful that you keep bringing it up. But the Arizona media has been protecting her, and so she's coming across as something she's not in the biggest political makeover in our history. But look, we're down to the wire with 6 days to go, and we can make sure we secure this victory with support from people all over Arizona and the country. They can go to McSallyForSenate.com. They can contribute so we can make sure we win. And we need, if you're in Arizona, look, I'm asking for your vote, and I'm asking you to send out an email, do a Facebook post, make sure you get to the polls, tell your friends and family. This is so high stakes, and every vote is really going to matter.
I think you're right, and on every front. John James, you have now closed the gap 16 points. You got a race now in Michigan, which, you know what, as I said to you, I get so impressed every time I've had you on radio or TV. But every campaign is the same. Democrats, your opponent is basically Chuck Schumer in Michigan, as are all the Democrats, but they're not going to talk about the agenda. They'll never support a president's Supreme Court justice. They want to raise, they want their crumbs back. They want open borders, sanctuary cities. It's, you know, they want Obamacare. How can Democrats be running on the biggest mess they ever created?
Well, Democrats have to run on identity politics because they have no identity. They have to pit Americans against each other in order to keep themselves propped up. And that's a different message than I have. I don't have a black or white message. I have a red, white, and blue message. I am a combat veteran who understands how to bring people together. I'm a business leader who understands how to grow businesses and grow economic opportunity. We have energy all over the state. And yeah, we closed the gap from 23 down to 6 down just this past Friday. We have the momentum in this race because people recognize that we can finally have experience, combat experience and business experience to lead us forward into the future. You can learn more about our race on johnjamesforsenate.com. And the vice president came to visit just a little bit earlier this week and saw the energy that we have in this race and the momentum that we have. And the president of the United States was on the Ingram angle a couple nights ago and said that he'd be willing to come to the state. Well, Mr. President, if you're watching, please come to Michigan. We need you to help us come across the hump, and you have excellent luck on Election Day Eve. We'd love to have you back in Michigan.
You are everything we want in government, with business experience, military service. Marsha, we've been friends a long time. I've watched your campaign. One thing, there's a lot, 5 Project Veritas tapes have come out. One of your tape of Governor Bredesen hiding who he really is, purposely lying to the people of Tennessee, and his staff, which it turned out being his staff, actually referring to the people of Tennessee as ignorant. I think Tennessee is one of the greatest states in this country. I happen to love Nashville and country music. So since that time, it seems like your poll numbers have gone up a lot.
They have indeed, and we like the trend that we are on. I have to tell you, there has been one slight and one diminishment after another from the Bredesen camp toward the voters of Tennessee. There's been, they've been referred to as idiots with an expletive in first of idiots by a Bredesen spokesperson, said they weren't worth the time. You have Hillary, of course, the deplorables comment, and Bredesen's team kind of following back on with that in their spokesperson, Mark Brown's comments. But here's the thing, Sean. Tennesseans are pretty specific about what they want in their next U.S. Senator. They want a conservative. They want more constitutional judges. They want to keep their tax cuts, and I can guarantee you this, they want that southern border secured. And they're very concerned about the caravan that is coming through Mexico into our southern border. And every day people are saying, Marsha, we know you're going to stand with the president, and you're going to stand to get that wall built. And absolutely I am, and it's a pivotal issue in this race.
You know, I would say, Martha, Kavanaugh, caravan, a lot of the rhetoric of the left has been so over the top. Yeah. And the economy's turned around dramatically. Are we better off than we were 2 years ago? And I'm not talking about us. The forgotten men and women that I talked about in 2016, they're better off. We've had the biggest tax cuts, less regulation, 4 million jobs created, 8 million fewer people on poverty and food stamps. I like America succeeding. And the border is a big issue in Arizona.
Amen, Sean. I mean, I was at a small business conference today, and the optimism is there because of the conservative policies. We're working with President Trump and cutting taxes and rolling back regulations. People are being lifted out of poverty, and thanks to the leadership of Governor Ducey here, Arizona is open for business. And we want to keep going in that direction. But border security is a big issue. The 2 bases in my district are now going to be staging areas for the military coming there. We are going to welcome them.
Arizona's crazy.
Yeah, go ahead.
And that literally thinks it's okay to join the Taliban. John James.
Exactly.
You know what I'd like to see in Michigan? I've been to Detroit. I'd love to see this great city revitalized instead of talking about knocking down entire neighborhoods to consolidate services. That can happen.
Yes, it can, absolutely. And you mentioned in your last segment about people who are coming up from Central and South America who want the American dream. Who can blame them? But the thing is, so do people in Michigan. So do people in Detroit. Detroit has become Jim Crow North. Detroit is the #1 most segregated city in the entire country. And Senator Stabenow has been an elected official for 43 years, been in a position to do something about it, and hasn't. We need to make sure that we bring positive, sustainable change for everyone. And Detroit is where we need to start. And we need to start bringing more jobs back to Michigan. I can do that.
Marsha, we give you the last 20 seconds.
I tell you, this is going to be a great race, and I think the more that the American people and Tennesseans are looking at what happened to Kavanaugh, what is happening with this caravan, wanting to keep their tax cuts, and thinking about what it would look like if you had a Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and a Speaker Nancy Pelosi, they're rethinking this, Sean. I think that we're going to do very well on Tuesday, November 6th.
All right. Thank you all for being with us, and we'll be watching closely just 6 nights from tonight.